And thanks for joining me for today's video. I'm going to be sharing with you a few dupes that I found on the high street recently. So a lot of these are things that are very much inspired by things that we may have seen from our favourite designers on the catwalks recently, but of course because they are dupes, they are just a fraction of the price. So I'm going to be sharing with you a few of my favourites. Quick disclaimer, it's 26 degrees today, hence my hair being scraped back. So if I look a little bit hot and flustered, that's because I am. Didn't even think I needed to invest in aircon in this house, but apparently I do. So that aside, please forgive me if I just suddenly go bright red. I'm gonna get started with what is probably my favorite dupe so far. So obviously in most of these cases, I'm not going to also own the designer one, but in this particular case I do. So this is a blouse. This one cost around the £25 mark, whereas this is a self-portrait one, and I believe this was over 250. I think I got this at about 40% off in the Net-a-Porter sale, and that was in December, but it's since gone back up to full price. But when I got this during Fashion Week, I thought it was such a fabulous dupe, and I actually have been getting a lot more use out of this one than I have the self-portrait. I guess because it's just so expensive, I really just saved this for special occasions, whereas this I've been wearing with jeans, I've been wearing it with like high-waisted skirts, and I've been getting just so much use out of it. Obviously there are a lot of design details that are very similar. It's got the lace panel at the top, it's got the very high neck collar. I actually prefer the sleeves on this one, they're like fluted sleeves, and then both of them are more opaque down at the bottom. So a lot of similarities without it being a real copycat job. So everything that I mention, obviously the dupes and the higher end pieces, will be down below in the description box, so you can click on those if you want to find out more or treat yourself to any of the pieces that I talk about in this video. You'll also see in my description box I've written a little bit more about affiliate links, how they work, what they are, so if you want to have a read about those, because a lot of my links are affiliate links, then that is also down in the description box. Next up is this one, and if you follow me on Instagram or have been watching any of my vlogs recently, you'll probably recognise this handbag. I find this very similar style-wise to the Nile Bag from Chloe, which I do love. I'm just not sure if I would pay that amount of money for a handbag of this ilk. I do really like the bracelet style clasp. This one is very roomy. I think it was either $25.99 or $29.99. Either way, very affordable, and I've been getting a ton of use out of this already. I actually wear it around my wrist far more than I thought I would do, but I also find it really useful that it's got a shoulder strap. I really like the fact that it's yellow gold detail as well, something a little bit different. I do wear a lot of rose gold, but yes, this is certainly inspired by the Chloe bags at a fraction of the cost, and a really easy one to pick up on the high street or online. Okay, next up I have two jackets that I absolutely adore, but there is one heck of a price difference with these two as well. This one here is £58 and this one is $395, so a real humongous price difference here. This one is from Reiss and I adore it. This one I got first. It's a real investment piece. It's just the most beautiful quality blush pink suede, which I love. I didn't think that this would be my style at all, but I fell in love with the colour. There are a few of these designs on the high street at the moment. I think All Saints have got one with tassels as well, but this was the one for me. It's simple enough, but it also has some lovely details. You've got this pewter brushed silver, you've got little zippy pockets, a waist belt, and it fits so beautifully. I wore this in my Spring Trends lookbook, which I'll leave linked down below if you want to see this in action. But then I spotted this one from River Island. So this is the £58 one. It's faux suede, it's not lined, so it's, I mean, obviously it's going to be lower quality than one that's £395, but it's still a really lovely jacket. I also really love the colour of this one, more of a baby pink, and it's a very soft material. I would argue that this is actually more comfortable, and also because it is more affordable, I don't worry about it so much. My Reiss one has actually got a little bit of glue on it from where it's rubbed too closely against my jeans, which, as you can imagine, is just so upsetting. This one has got yellow gold details, whereas the Reiss one is pewter. Very similar in style, very similar in colour, but very different in price. Here is another Chloe dupe, and I say dupe loosely here because actually I'm kind of wondering whether this is more of like a rip-off of the real thing, because yes, it doesn't have the Chloe logo, but they really haven't used their imagination here when it comes to the design. It's pretty much identical to the Chloe Faye backpacks. I don't have a Chloe Faye backpack, so I don't know the ins and outs of them, but I do know that this looks very, very similar. As you can probably tell, it's pretty low quality. This came from a website called Shein, which a lot of you are very interested in. You've seen a lot of pieces that are very designer inspired. I didn't have any problems with shipping. I didn't have any problems with paying import duties. I think it's a Chinese company, but yeah, it arrived absolutely fine, so no issues with that. But obviously don't expect the highest quality with their pieces. If you really like a designer style and you just can't afford it, or you don't want to spend that amount of money, or maybe you want to see how something fits in with your wardrobe before investing in the full price design item, then dupes are often a really good option. It really is like a total designer rip-off though, and it is pretty poor quality. I might wear it a couple of times, maybe for like if I go to any festivals or beach parties, things like that. But yeah, it's not such good quality as the UK high street things that I've shown you previously, but stay tuned because I do have some other things from Shein that I am more impressed with. So the main thing that I'm impressed with from Shein is these shoes. So can you guys tell which are the Stuart Weitzman ones and which are the Shein ones? Place your bets now, dun dun dun. Okay, so these are the Shein ones. These cost around the £20 mark, but they are of course very, very similar to these Stuart Weitzman ones, which are a lot more expensive. I adore these, and you've probably seen me wearing them absolutely loads. I think they're beautiful, they're such a gorgeous colour, very comfortable, great heel height. They do get a little bit dirty though. If any of you guys know how I can fix that, then please let me know. I've tried a few different things, but Shein once again have just totally ripped off the design. The only real difference, and they do have these in pink as well, is that the pearls are bigger. That's literally it, and the bit around the pearl is a little bit more shiny, but there's hardly anything in it. I don't think I would realise if someone was wearing these that they were a dupe. I probably would jump to the conclusion that they are real. I find this so strange. I've seen this with a lot of like dupe shoes. They don't use the buckle in the real way. You kind of like slot the buckle into this little clasp, which I find very odd. Why do they not just do the normal buckle? Maybe they have to have a design detail that's very different in order for it to be not classified as a copy. Who knows? If you guys know why, then again, let me know. But once again, these are really comfortable. I think they do look great, and I'm definitely going to wear these a lot this summer, as well as my Stuart Weitzman ones from Russell & Bromley. Next up, I've got a couple of pairs of shoes which are dupes kind of for Chanel shoes. So they're not really dupes because they don't look identical in any way, but they're very much inspired by Chanel, especially with this black toe cap. These ones here are from Shein as well. They've got a little pearl in the heel, which I think is a really lovely effect. And I would love to one day maybe own the Chanel ones, but they are so, so expensive, whereas these were under £30, very affordable, and a really nice way to see how much you wear a style before investing. These ones I have been wearing a lot, so apologies, they are a little bit battered, but I think these look so high-end. With white jeans, they look absolutely beautiful. I've also been wearing them with dresses. These are from Topshop. They also have the black toe cap, and so, so, so affordable. I have a feeling these were about £39, but as I said, everything will be linked down below. Apologies, I can't remember the exact price. It was about 6 to 8 weeks ago that I ordered these, and I have worn them so, so much. I'm sure these probably look familiar for quite a few of you because I have seen them all over my Instagram recently. I was inspired to buy these thanks to another blogger, Sinead, whose Instagram is beautiful. I'll leave it linked down below. But she wore these and I just had to have them straight away. I have been toying with the idea of getting the Gucci Mules, but they are just so expensive. Dickens, our new puppy, has also taken a liking to chewing my Zara mules that are like this, which I would have included in this video, but these are a much better dupe. But I will leave the Zara ones linked down below in case you fancy those. But yeah, so these are very clearly inspired by the Gucci shoes. Pretty much all the design details are very similar. You've got the buckle, you've got the fur on the inside, it's a mule. I find these incredibly comfortable. I've been wearing them a lot, both in the house as kind of slippers and out of the house. The one thing I would say with these is definitely to size up. I got my normal size, and I do feel that they're a little bit small, whereas when I wear my mum's, because she also bought them, she's a size bigger than me and they fit perfectly. While on the Shein website, I also picked up this bag. Obviously, the style of this is very similar, saddlebag style, to the Chloe Drew bags, which I absolutely adore. I do actually have another dupe from an American website called Jessica Berman, but this one, as far as I'm aware, is a different style to ones that Chloe actually make. I don't think Chloe have any with these kind of studs on them, but I think it's a really beautiful design. You've got this lock detail, which is rather stiff actually, and then once you do get inside, it's got this little zip section, so it's a little bit more secure than other dupes that I've seen, which are just completely open. You do have the chain strap, the same as the Chloe bag. Whether you see this as a dupe or not, I think this is a really lovely bag if you've got lots of summer beach parties, festivals, pool parties, even just general summer wear. I think it's a beautiful bag. Forget the fact that it is very much inspired by Chloe. I just love it. I think it's really pretty, and I'm going to be wearing this a lot this summer. And finally, I picked up this because it's quite a random piece, but I thought it'd be a really nice strap for my camera. Obviously, oh my god, what brand is it? Fendi are doing these kind of straps at the moment for their bags. I think it's a really lovely way to just add a little bit more fun to a designer bag that you already have. I saw Leonie from Haute Couture adding her Fendi strap to her Valentino bag. I really liked that effect. And this is definitely filtering down to the high street at the moment. This one again was from Shein. I think it does look very, very similar to the designer ones, but again at a fraction of the cost. The leather underneath is like that faux Saffiano leather, so that kind of scratchy leather that is very durable. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on my camera. I think that should look quite cute. And I wouldn't have spent the amount of money that the designer ones are for a very heavily embellished camera strap, but this I am pretty pleased with. So those are my favourite dupes that are available on the high street at the moment. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, something a bit different from me. Let me know what you thought about it and give it a thumbs up if you'd like to see me doing things like this. Maybe a video like this every season, just let me know. Let me know your thoughts, and that's all from me. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye!